Have you ever thought about your career not as one single story, but maybe a whole collection of them? Well, today we're going to dig into this idea of the professional chameleon, how one person's experience can be shaped to tell completely different stories.
So think about it for a second. Your own career. Is it just one straight linear path? Or is it more like a library of all the things you've done, where you can pull out different books, different stories, depending on who you're talking to?
Okay, so we got our hands on something pretty cool. We analyzed over 15 different resumes, all from this same super successful tech executive. And what we found was basically a masterclass in professional storytelling. So let's start at the beginning.
To really see how these different stories get built, we first have to understand the foundation, what we're calling the source code of this person's career. These are the core facts, the stuff that doesn't change. This is the raw material.
So here's the basic timeline. A really solid career path through some major companies, right? General Electric, then Credito Mobile, and on to Cognizant. This is our baseline. It's the raw data of a career that spanned more than a decade in some really high-impact roles.
Now, within that timeline, certain numbers just keep popping up. Take this one, $12 million. This number shows up again and again. It's the annual benefits they secured from a huge digital transformation project at GE. It's a real cornerstone achievement, a powerful, concrete fact. And then we have this number, 350. That is the incredible number of separate ERP systems they managed to consolidate during that same transformation at GE. I mean, that's not just a metric, right? That's proof that you can handle insane levels of complexity and get it done on a massive global scale. And from their time at Credito Mobile, another metric that keeps showing up, a 40% reduction in the financial close cycle. So you get the picture. These are the hard facts. The $12 million, the 350 systems, that 40%, this is the source code. Now, let's see how it gets reframed. So we've got the source code, right? The undeniable facts. But here's the thing. The brilliance isn't just in the facts themselves. It's all in the framing. This is where one set of experiences gets masterfully shaped into two totally different professional identities. Just look at this. These are two professional summaries from the same person. On one side, they're an insights and analytics leader, all about data and strategy. But on the other side, they're an enterprise architect, focused on technical frameworks and compliance. It's the same person, but the language creates two completely different experts. Let's go back to that big project at GE. For the analytics role, it's framed as directing global analytics initiatives, generating 12M in benefits. See that? It's all about the business outcome, the money. But for the architect role, the exact same work becomes led finance transformation, consolidating 350-plus ERP systems. The focus shifts completely from the outcome to the technical execution. So how is this actually done? What are the specific tools someone uses to build such different but equally powerful stories from the exact same material? Let's take a look at the anatomy of this persuasion. The first tool, and it's a big one, is language. For the healthcare architect role, the keywords are incredibly specific. TOGAF, HIPAA compliance, cloud architecture. This is the vocabulary of a very niche field. It's like a secret handshake that proves you belong. And then, for the analytics leader role, boom, the entire vocabulary changes. Now we're seeing phrases like experience analytics, data science enablement, and competitive intelligence. The focus has totally shifted from the technical nuts and bolts to business strategy and insight. Why? Because the target audience is completely different. Let's take a keyword like TOGAF. Now, that might just sound like corporate jargon, but putting it on your resume is a powerful signal. To anyone in that specific world, it proves you understand their highly disciplined approach to designing systems. It's a key that unlocks a very specific door. The second tool is positioning. Check out this statement. This person isn't just listing their skills. They're making a bold claim. Published author and thought leader. That's a power move. It instantly elevates them from just being a practitioner to being someone who helps define the future of the entire field. That is brilliant strategic positioning. Look, this whole analysis isn't just some interesting case study. It's a playbook. So how can you apply these same techniques? Let's distill all of this down into a 3-step masterclass for writing your own career story. It really boils down to 3 core pillars. First, define your audience. You have to know who you're talking to and what they actually care about. Second, frame your experience. Pick and choose your achievements and then describe them using the language that will connect with that audience. And third, quantify your value. You have to use hard numbers like that $12 million or that 40% to make your impact real and undeniable. Ultimately, what all this shows us is that your career isn't some fixed, static record of your past. It's a dynamic, living narrative. It's a story that you, and only you, have the power to shape for the future you want to create.
So, we'll leave you with this final thought. Your career has a story, and it's filled with amazing achievements and experiences. The only real question is, who's the author?